You are now entering the Thick Goddess Energy Morning Show. We in the building. High priestess in the building, didn't let my fears kill me. Transmuted my pain in that cleanse in the rain. Found out I was working and I conquered my demons. I accepted my purpose and the goddess I became. Good morning. All right, well, don't know what's going on with that. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the regroup. Welcome to the Thick Goddess Energy Morning Show. I am your host, Ariana, aka Divine Moon Goddess. Yes, we are transitioning from Divine Moon Goddess into our government names. Well, not everybody, but I am. Good morning, good morning, welcome, welcome. This morning show is sponsored by Divine Moon Goddess Healers and Readings.com, where you can get all your questions answered. If you guys don't know, that is my website for booking, where you can book your personal one-on-one readings with me, pendulum, mediumship, shadow work, twin flame coaching, spiritual life coaching, spiritual pathway, past life. I mean, I do a lot of shit. Do a lot of shit. Hey, Sasha. Hey, Michelle. Good morning. So, that's the website, Divine Moon Goddess Healers and Readings.com. And you also can check out the shop, as I do have some items in the shop. I do not have all of my items in the shop. Um, it's time consuming and I have not got to it. I'm going to try to beef up my merchandise shop with some of the stuff that I have, but man, it takes a minute to do that. So I don't have all my items. I will be doing a sale today during the day, I think around 1 or 2 p.m. So I will be doing a pop-up crystal live sale. And you guys know I have crystals and jewelry. Um, I will be having some new stuff coming within the next 2 weeks. So be looking out for that. I probably will still be doing the Sunday sales. I just missed last Sunday. I don't know what was going on. Who fucking knows? You do have a question of that. This is Michelle. Hey, Michelle, I finally see your name. How do you pay you? What do you mean, how do you pay? There should be somewhere in the description, it says where to donate should you want to donate. But I believe it's in the description. You got to look in the description if I'm correct. If I'm correct, it's in the description, boo. It says like during my broadcast, blah, 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 blah. You guys can hear me okay, right? Everybody can hear me. Just want to make sure that you guys can hear me before I start rambling on. This is a live show. I know sometimes it's not live, but it is live. Hey, Babs. Did I say good morning, Babs? Why are you still up? You should be fucking asleep by now. All right, audio is great. Okay, cool. Yeah, so if you would like to donate to the show, just to say thank you for all the beautiful, wonderful shit that I bring you, information is in the description on where to donate. Should you want to sponsor the morning show, also same information. My email is in the description on where to contact me if you want to look into actually sponsoring the show. I do have a couple of announcements this morning. So whenever you watch this, watch it. If you guys didn't know that the Divine Moon Goddess Healers and Readings.com is going to be changing into a nonprofit organization. And what that means is that I'm going to be doing a lot of work to get this metaphysical healing out, get the education out, and get more lower lower cost to you sessions from some phenomenal people, including myself. So that is in the works here in 2022. So be looking forward. I'm very excited about it. I was trying to wait, to talk about it a little bit more because, they say don't talk about too much, but I think it's an awesome thing. And I think what's meant to be is meant to be. So I don't think we have to be afraid to talk about it. Huh? Live. Good morning, Shondale. Oh, it's 4 p.m. where you're at. Well, damn, you can't be asleep. So I'm very excited about that. Bringing that, so as closer we get to that, the closer we will talk about it, and the name will be changing. So again, that's why I'm shifting out of the Divine Moon Goddess name. I'll always be Divine Moon Goddess, but it's time to shift from the name into something else that was given to me by spirit, my government name. Hey, Princess. So, the other part about it, we still have the raffle going on, you guys, for the moon ritual boxes. Don't forget $5 per ticket, $2 for the small box. There's a large box and the small box. Don't forget, if you want to get into the raffle, send your donations. You got to say raffle because I get a lot of payments through this shit. My payment information, of course, is in the description if you want to. If you want to partake in the raffle for the large moon ritual box or the small moon ritual box. And if you don't know what those look like, I'm going to try to go live with Oracle one of these days this weekend so that we can show you guys the box again and you guys can see all the goodies inside. There's a lot of goodies in those boxes. Just so you guys know, they're beautiful. It is already happening, Sasha. The nonprofit is in effect. So let's just be clear, right? Let's just let everybody in the back know, Sasha. We're going to tell everybody in the back who didn't hear that the first time. The nonprofit is in effect. It's coming, whether people like it or not. It's coming. I'm just waiting on the name change. The name change is coming very soon, sooner than later. The other thing is get excited for my education platform. And I am talking about that because that is in the works also. And right now, all of my classes are pre recorded. And the way that they're pre recorded, I was doing my classes in Zoom. But of course, we're going to a different style of teaching, teaching and classwork, which is self-paced. And so that platform is also coming for 2022. So get excited. And then also, with that being said, I'll be able to offer a lot of the classes at a lower cost also. My chair is gonna drive me crazy. I'm waiting on a new one, y'all. Okay. My new one should be here by next week. So I'll be able to offer my classes a little bit cheaper for people who are trying to learn some, whether it be mediumship, whether it be chakras, we'll be able to offer it at a lower cost. And I still don't have any live class dates for 2022. I just don't have any dates right now, you guys. This next 6 months is really on a lot of planning, preparation, and getting some things in order, making some moves. So I don't have any live classes planned. All of the classes that I have, you can look under the shop in Divine Moon Goddess Healers and Readings.com. All of my classes are pre-recorded and they're under the shop. They're over 50% off right now. If you wanted to just rewatch the class and kind of, learn that way, but it's still a different style. So that's the other thing that's coming for 2022. I'm very excited about those two projects that I'm working on because it's just kind of time. And also, of course, keeping my morning show because I love this. I love chatting with you guys, right? Um, I think that is it for now. Yeah, I think that's it for now on my You got a couple more days to book your appointments using the code Ascension22, getting 15% off all one-on-one services. Um, because that ends on January 31st. Okay. That is pretty much, I think, all I have for that. So let's get into it of this morning show. So, this morning show, I'm talking about social media, right? Social media, is it enlightening or is it destructive? Okay. And one of the things I will say is, unfortunately, I don't believe, I think the intentions of social media were to allow people to connect, just like email, were to have people connect faster than they would if you had to send a letter or, the call from long distance, so that you can send pictures, or you can, in an instant, it's an instant you can send a picture to someone. But I feel like, unfortunately, people have changed social media and turned it into a playground of bullshit. Bullshit. I'm doing great. Look at me. It's like a million attention whores on social media. And I used to be one of them, you guys, like real shit. I used to be one of them. I used to be someone who was posting selfies like every fucking second. And it's crazy when I look back at that, because the mindset that I had back then was needing attention. I needed attention, and I was still in a place of needing attention, wanting people to look at me, to give me that attention. And so, of course, I'm a different person now. And when I look at it, I'm like, damn, that's crazy how you look back and kind of see some shit. But good morning, T. I think I think too depends on who you're connected to, right? Because we all know we have people that just post everything about their lives. And then we know some people who post, they say they don't post shit about their life, but we all know the underlying meaning is about their life. Um, I understand that people are just like, yeah, I just post whatever to make people laugh, and I think for the most part that's a crock of shit. I think people post their true feelings, what they feel, whether they want to or not. Unless you're someone who your social media is falling around some type of inspiration, I think the messages that we post are always connected to us on some level, whether it be a past situation or a present situation. I do believe that they're all always connected to us in some way, shape, or form. That's why we're sharing it. That's why we're posting it, right? I think a lot of people stay in denial about their intentions behind social media, and a lot of people get lost in social media's bullshit. There's a lot of people that, compare themselves to other people on social media, and a lot of social media is filled with a bunch of fake ass people. They're not real. Their pictures ain't real. The filters ain't fucking real. The house that they're taking pictures by isn't real. The car that they're in isn't real sometimes. And I think some people start to compare themselves, thinking that their life is less than, because they're looking at these people that are facades, that are selling this dream on social media. I watch a lot of them, and you can see some people are always promoting a brand in the minute. What's the brand in the minute? What's the brand of the second? What's the brand of right this moment? There's no, I think there's less and less authenticity on social media than I think that what it was intended for anyway. I know. You know how Facebook is always bringing shit up from like 2009 and shit, right? And you go back and you're like, "Fuck, I was in a horrible place back then." I was in a horrible place back then. I can go back and look, and I love I love when Facebook gives us the memories. And for some parts, I have deleted some of them because I don't need the reminder of who I was back then and the hurt that I had. But it's pretty like, damn, when you look back at some of the shit you posted, when you look back at some of the shit that you said, you can tell that you were in a very harsh place, or you were very hurt. Um, you know and I do think that, unfortunately, as much as we want social media to be that place of it can be, this place of enlightenment, right, this place of connection, but it's, people have made it so false. um you said the circle show. I don't know what the circle show is. What is that? Are you talking about the ring light? I do think there's tons of catfishes out there. There's tons of catfishes. I see these filters on. I don't use filters really, you guys, on most of my shit. I don't have filters. Like right now, I don't have a ring light. This light is from my computer only. I don't have a fucking ring light and all of this shit in the background. it's like it's like oh, okay, okay. But I see a lot of people who can't live without a filter. Every picture is a filter. And I actually hate it, because when I'm out with people and they're taking pictures of us and they're using the filters, that actually irritates me. I love my people. I do love them, but I can't stand the fucking filters. I can't. And it's like I look so fake and weird. And they're like, "Oh, that's so pretty." And I'm like, "No, it's not. Not to me." I personally like my face. I don't have a perfect face. I have scars, I have blemishes, but I actually like my real face. So I actually get irritated when people have the fucking filters. I'm personally don't like. So if you guys ever take a picture with me, make sure not to have your filter on. Or I'm just gonna tell you, don't be putting no fucking filters on, because I don't like it. It's irritating for me. I'm a person who has come to a place of loving myself in all my flaws, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the flaws that I have. I don't have to be um model ready every 24 seconds and shit. Every fucking picture has you looking like, you're some fucking model and shit, and that's not real life. I always wondered, like, what do people do when because I know a lot of people who get a lot of attention from their catfish profiles. And I'm like, what do you do when you meet this person in real life and you look nothing like the fucking pictures that they've seen? Like, not to say some people don't look good in real life, because I think a lot of people do. But I do think that the filters and shit are excessive. I think they're excessive. I think it's too much. Um, and I don't get the pretending. Like, I understand. Look, I get it. Some of you fuckers are bored out there, right? Like, let's just be real. You guys need a purpose, okay? Because I don't understand creating a whole fucking profile to start pretending that you are somebody else, to then, what the fuck is behind that? Like, I don't understand. Like, go get a purpose, go do something with your life. I wouldn't even create a pretend fucking profile to spy on somebody I know, nevertheless create one just to be creating one. I don't understand it, honestly. I try not to judge people, but I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Yeah, I think social media has, especially Instagram, because Instagram has a million Instagram models, and everyone with their BBLs and shit. And so you get lost in what other people are telling you what you're supposed to look like. And a lot of those girls are very, very, very ring light oriented, and it's unreal. I've seen a lot of these makeup artists videos, which blow me away at how you can change somebody's face with makeup. Like, it just blows me away every time I fucking see it. I'm like, it's a magic trick. It's a magic trick. I think it's the best, I do have to comb my hair now, but when my hair was longer, I would just throw it in a bun and it was easier. But now, like, if I don't comb it, I kind of look like I kind of look, I don't know. I was walking around here yesterday. Was it yesterday or the other day? I think it was the other day. And my grandson was like, Nana, you look like Karen. And I was like, wait, what? And he was like, your hair looks like a Karen. And I was like, okay, time to comb my hair. Because I hadn't combed my hair. My hair was all over the place. And I guess I look like a disheveled Karen. Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't understand. Someone tell me, somebody give me some education because I'm not trying to rag on people with filters or makeup. I think you do what you want. If you're into makeup, I'm not. When I was younger, I never had acne as a teenager, but when I got to about 18, something happened with my body and I just got severe acne. And I remember trying to use cover up all the time to cover up my blemishes, cover up my acne. And of course, I don't really care now. It's not something that I'm not doing all the cover up to try to cover up my blemishes. It's just like whatever. But I remember when I was younger, always trying to cover up, all of my face with that shit. So I don't really get the filters and the makeup. Like you already have makeup on. What's up with the filters? I don't really understand that, y'all. Somebody let me know. You said mentally ill. Maybe. Yeah, I don't get the fake pages and the snooping on people to get more information. I feel like if somebody's lying to you, it's going to come out regardless. I don't think you got to snoop. I don't think you got to create a fake page. I don't think you got to do all that extra shit. That's a lot of time and energy. If you guys think about the time and energy that you put in to all of that, that's a lot. Yeah. I think even men, I think, go through it also because there's a lot of men that floss on social media, right? That's that old school word, floss, right? But there's a lot of men that do it too. And a lot of men make it seem like they're just also, big balling and, they just making this life look better than what it is. And at the end of the day, their life isn't like that. So I think men do it too. Men don't, I don't think have the filters as much. I don't know. These days, I think men be playing with those fucking filters too. I think men be playing with those filters too. Watch The Circle. Is that a movie? I don't watch shit about movies. I haven't watched a movie in a very long time. You guys know I don't watch TV. So I don't know if that's a movie, The Circle. But yeah, I think a lot of men are using filters too. They just trying to be quiet. Oh, it's a show. Okay. I'll look it up and see. Cuz I don't have all of the streaming platforms. I just don't watch it. I spend my time on sustenance, y'all. Sustenance. I don't spend my time on nothing that doesn't bring me some type of education and sustenance. But if this show is going to bring me some education, I'll watch it. If it's going to educate me in some way, I'll watch it. Um, so, you can use your social media as a way for inspiration. T, like you said, yours is inspiration. And I love that. If you're using your platform to uplift, to assist, to change the game. But you guys, if you're looking at what you're putting out there, what's the energy that you're putting out there with your post? And I'm not saying you can't laugh. I'm not saying you can't, recycle these memes because there's times when I share some funny shit, especially on my TikTok and on my Instagram, where laughing is fine. But just think of all of the other stuff that you kind of do or post, right? Or the people that you see posting. Just make sure that you're not allowing social media people, influencers, right? We call them influencers to influence you to think that you're less than, to influence you to think that somehow you don't have what everybody else has, that somehow you're lacking in your life. Um, and I see a lot of that, where you just size yourself up all the time, thinking that you need to be someone who you're not. And most likely you'll never be that, right? So instead of taking the time to get to your authentic self, I think we get lost in everybody else. You know, right, right, right. Nice. I love it. Wow. And I don't have any private social media. So I want you guys to know I don't have any personal social media. A couple years ago, I changed all my social media. I don't have any personal social media. It is all around my business, my inspiration, tarot, whatever it is that I do. None of my pages are personal. Um, and I decided a while ago to do that because I just was like, I took like all damn near all of the pictures off of my family. I changed a lot of what I had, deleted a lot of photos, took a lot of shit off. Just because I was just like, I don't need a personal platform. I think if people want to talk to me that know me, they'll fucking have my telephone number. That's how I feel. I just got to a point at first and I was like, well, we have social media, so I could just post a picture and everybody could see the kids at one time. And then I was just like, no, if people really want to know me or know my family or know who I am, you'll get to know me and you'll be in my life. Other than that, I don't post shit about like family. I don't really post anything about what's going on in my personal life unless I'm talking about it. um, I don't post shit that I purchase. I don't post none of that shit. So if I do post, it's like it'll be some real shit, but it's nothing about, my business. Yeah, yeah. Exactly, exactly. And I do think the platforms will have you thinking that you're not doing well, that somehow your life is meaningless. And this is why people do so many hours on social media. People do fucking 8 hours on social media. People will be at work, scrolling, scrolling every couple seconds, scrolling. I've seen it, scrolling on social media. And it's just like, so when you're looking at your and I'm not saying to delete your social media, just look at what you're posting. Look at who's you're friends with. Look at your profiles. Is it personal? Is it business? Me personally, I don't have any personal accounts. Don't want them, don't need them. I don't answer a lot of messages. You get a lot of people in your box. I don't fucking answer shit. If you're texting me about some bullshit, I just delete it. I don't even deal with it. I don't open it. I don't address it. I don't give it any attention or time. I just don't. I don't do that shit. Exactly. I feel like if people really want to know about your life, they'll call. They'll call you. They'll be in your life. They'll know your personal number, and that's how I feel about social media. True shit. Like even me, and I used to look at a lot of people and it would make me feel a certain way. I gotta be honest. It would make me feel a certain way. And so, you come to realize like, oh shit, I'm comparing myself to these fucking people. And then you start realizing that people are fake as hell. Then you start realizing how fake people are on social media. They're just posting to make themselves look better. They're posting to make themselves seem like they're having a good time. And it's like, you are fucking miserable in life. You are miserable in life, but you're posting like you're having the time of your fucking life. So When I started to see that, and that was years ago that I started to see that. I started to see how people would post and yet they'd be miserable or their fucking life was nothing like they posted on social media. And I was just like, "Oh wow." Oh wow. This is what we're doing. Right, right. I'm not really a fan of someone who's constantly posting negative shit. I actually will unfollow you. If you're on any of my social media and you all you do is post some negative shit and you're just always in a fucked up mood, I'm not going to be following you for long. I honestly don't take a lot of time to scroll. I try to do a little bit here or there when I jump on, but I really get into my boxes, clear out my boxes, and then do what I need to do. And then I kind of leave social media. Um, because that's kind of how I am. I don't sit and do, I mean, I am on social media. So I don't sit and scroll on social media. Like fuck that. No, I like break away from this shit. But if you're someone who's very negative, yeah, no, I won't follow you for too long. I try to follow people just to support people, right? But if you're somebody who's just always got some shit, if you're always in some negative ass fucking bullshit, I've unfollowed people because they're just liars. Like I can't deal with it. I can't. I can't support that type of shit. I do think that I do think that people want your post to be true. Like if you post some shit, like I like to post more inspirational stuff. You guys, especially if you're on my Instagram, you guys see I post a lot of inspiration, but I also post real shit on Instagram, right? Not everything is like fluffy and fucking butterflies and shit. Some of it is just real ass shit. And I think people want you to be miserable. There people don't want you to fucking be happy, and that is sad. It's like if you think I'm this deranged or this fucking depressed or if you think I'm this sad, then why don't you reach out to me in real life? I don't know. You're welcome, Evelyn. Yeah. I do, and I know that that goes for a lot of people. A lot of people just post a bunch of shit, right? But I know a lot of people who post a bunch of shit, but that's their truth, but they pretend that it's not their truth. Um, and I think that's where we have to kind of say, I see a lot of people who post shit for attention, and they don't realize that they're still doing it for attention. And they're trying to get a reaction from someone on their profile. And so a lot of people don't realize they're doing that. But I just say look at what you're posting and look at how you're posting and see if what are your intentions with when you're posting it, because you can say whatever all day long, but your intentions to your soul and your core are there. Spirit always sees that shit. So if your intentions are good behind what you're posting, then don't worry about it. But if you know that your intentions aren't, and your intentions are so that somebody else can see that post and there's a meaning, a deeper meaning, then I think you need to look at how you're posting. I think everything we do should have some intention. I know I intentionally post what I post. There's nothing that I post that doesn't have an intention, whether I want people to see it, whether I'm like, man, that's a good ass fucking quote that I want people to see. So there's an intention behind the stuff that I post. And I think we have to get more into being intentional. I might do a show on that. So, looking at social media is as good as I think the what it was supposed to be intended for. I do feel like it's just become a playground for bullshit, and especially with children and teens coming up. I think unfortunately my generation, we didn't have fucking social media. So, luckily, I say luckily we didn't have social media. It wasn't a thing. And I'm so happy that I wasn't a part of that shit as a teenager. Okay. I do feel like they're being filled. And if you're not watching or I will say controlling, or a part of what your child is looking at, they're being subjected to a lot of shit. And they could just tell you all day long, oh, I have my friends. But if you're not looking at what some of these friends are posting, some of these friends are posting some very harsh shit. I remember when there was this kid in New York that got murdered. He got murdered like at a store, drug out of the store, and all of the teenagers, my nieces, all of the teenagers were posting the videos of him bloodied by the hospital. And it was just like, this is what they're seeing. This is what they're seeing. They're literally being psychologically hit all day long on this social media. Like literally a post will be happy, then sad, then happy, then sad, then happy, then sad, then fucking deranged or depressed, or, and I don't think it's healthy at all. And I hope that you guys as parents will look at what your kids are doing and be involved in the social media, because I feel like we just get caught up in, oh, they're just doing kid shit, but these kids ain't doing just kid shit no more. These kids are really being subjected to some very harshness. And I'm not saying life isn't harsh and you shouldn't teach your child that, but if you're not teaching your child about life and they're just seeing it, they're not processing it in a healthy way. They're not processing those images of death in a healthy way. And they're getting very numb. What's happening is a lot of the generations coming up are getting very numb to that stuff, where it's just okay. Me personally, I can't even fucking watch that shit. Like I literally will feel horrible when that stuff comes up. I can't. It hits me a certain way. And I think that desensitizing our children, and what they're seeing is some harsh shit, not to mention sexually. There are kids that are kids, and I know I was pregnant at 14. I get it. Okay. But there's these kids, and nowadays with the makeup and the clothes and everything, it's like they don't look like kids. They do not look like kids. So I just think as parents, we just got to be a little bit more like, okay, let's tailor this. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't be able to follow anybody who posted about animal abuse. Yeah, you're done. I'd be flagging your fucking account and shit, and then I'd be done with you. I'd be delete, block, delete. I just think there's things like I can't do that stuff. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see my timeline, with crazy shit. We hear too much in the news already. There's no need for us to continue the bullshit, continue the stories, continue the madness that's going on there. And I think some regular conversations with our kids will do a whole lot of work, because you gotta try to ask what is going on in your child's mind of all the shit that they saw that day. And even if it was their friend that showed them, like, what if it's not even on their phone, but their friend shows them? You guys got to remember, your kids have friends, okay? Your kids have friends. Some of their friends are not. You could be the best parent ever. You could be the best parent ever, where you don't actually let them do shit, but their friend could be the one that their parents don't give a fuck, or they don't watch it. And so the friend is showing your child that. You got to remember that sometimes it's not just that you're a bad parent and that you're doing this wrong. It's that you don't have access to the kids friends shit. Okay. Yeah. No, it's the programming. That's part of the pre-programming. So if you don't want your children to be pre-programmed to certain bullshit, you're gonna stop them from watching certain things. You're gonna change the way they do things. You're gonna change the way that they operate. Make them grab a fucking book. you know, like I have to respect my daughter, because when my grandsons get home, they gotta read before they get on that. Roblox, Minecraft. I don't fucking know what they play. Before they're able to touch that switch, they got to read a book. And I think you have to have something where you're instilling. And I will tell you that both of my grandsons can read books. Like my grandson has read this book, Psychic Shield, and he can tell me what's going on in it. And he's in the third. Is he in the third grade? He's 9. I can't remember what fucking grade he's in. I think he's in the third grade. I want to say he's in the third grade. I'm probably a very horrible nana right now. Well, thank you. I'm glad you watched the meditation videos. No, I don't think so. Because even with my daughter, I gave her a lot of space, and her friends were dumb as fuck. So they did a lot of stupid shit. And my daughter would always come home, and she would always get out of it and tell me to tell her friends no, that she didn't want to go hang out. Um, but no matter how, you got to remember your kids have friends, and yeah, I think they're I think they're in third grade. I think, not saying that you got to treat your kids ignorant, because kids are going to learn way more than what you think they're going to learn. Like my grandsons, they're in third grade, and you got these little kids know more about sex than some of the fucking high schoolers. Okay. And you have to have these conversations. My daughter has already had to have multiple conversations about sex with them, multiple conversations, because these fucking kids are ridiculous, right? I don't remember us in third grade talking about sex. I don't. We weren't. I don't fucking remember that. So I can't comprehend what these kids are coming home with the shit that they talk about. So you do have to be on it as a parent, and you do have to make it a priority to see what your child. And I feel like, don't talk to them like they're stupid. Don't talk to them like they're ignorant, because they're not. Again, they have friends that are talking to them. They have friends that are introducing them to a lot of different conversations and topics. So you as a parent need to be able to school your children and make them understand the proper way, okay? Because they're getting taught out there in the street, whether you like it or not. And if you think that they're not, if for some reason that you think somehow that your children are not open to it, I guarantee they got at least one fucking friend that shows them some crazy shit every day, okay? Or says some crazy shit. Yeah, I do think the meditation is one thing that they should definitely fucking bring in. Um and I think school should be more uh about life, and really really get preparing your child for life, economics, things like that. But they're not. They're the curriculum of school has been the same for what, like 40, 50 years and shit, probably more. They haven't changed it. So that tells you right there that there's a bigger problem with the way that they teach children, that we haven't changed the curriculum in fucking, decades and shit. I think that's a problem. Right. Like, I used to know all about my daughter's friends and all of the shit that they did, and I would just be like, Jesus, what's wrong, like these fucking kids? My daughter was actually a really good kid. She actually was a really good kid. She just ended up, becoming a teen mom, because this boy came into her life that, she thought she was going to live with forever and ever and always, and create a family. So that happened. But she actually was a really good kid. I didn't have any problems with her, far as her doing crazy drugs and shit like that. I didn't have any problems with her. But she still had other kids showing her. And like I said, with the kiddos, they were in like second grade, and some of these kids were going to school talking about some shit. And I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about in second grade? Like, where do they even know this shit? Exactly. And so when your child tells you that, you just got to have a conversation with them. Like, yeah, how the fuck do you think you were created? which is like, ew, but they're gonna find out. And I think you can't look at your child as naive and stupid. You gotta think like, damn, they're out here being taught from their peers, and their peers are clueless also. So when they're talking to you, talk to them openly, talk to them. It might be uncomfortable to talk about some of these topics, but it's better you talk to them than have them shut down and just talk to their fucking friends, right? Yeah, basically getting them ready for prison. I agree, T. I agree. I am a motivational speaker, boo. I am. I was a young mom, so I'm a young grandma. Um, so as much, hey, wanna, as much as I love social media, and I do think we could use social media for for our benefit in a positive way, but I also feel like we gotta start looking at it for what it is and start stripping away the bullshit behind it, not letting it get to us, not letting it create that depression within us, not letting the facade that people post get to us as if it's real. A lot of people are posting a bunch of fake shit, so don't let it change how you feel about your life. Don't compare yourself to what's on social media, and start following some inspirational people. Start following some people that uplift you versus bring you down. If you notice that the people that you have on your social media are constantly bringing you down, you're constantly irritated from their fucking posts, you're constantly, just going through the emotions, tell yourself maybe it's time to get some new people on your social media. Maybe it's time to expand what you know or who you know. Maybe it's time to start deleting some of these people. I think tomorrow's morning show, I want to talk about I do want to talk about some things far as that, and just like who we're kind of gravitating to, and what we're doing, because I think we get so caught up in life, and it's just so easy to get caught up and so easy to get depressed real quick. So just remember, a lot of people are posting bullshit, right? A lot of people are full of shit on their social media. And if you find yourself getting irritated with that, like, just go ahead and delete and be done with it. Like, if you find yourself that all you're doing is, and I'm not saying everyone on here, because I think a lot of people who watch me are actually pretty positive, but I do know people who look at social media and they just get on there to see what's going on with other people. And when somebody else is having shit, it's like they're what is it? Entertained by it, entertained by other people's sadness, entertained by other people's drama. You know, the people who every second are fighting somebody. One minute they're fighting this person, the next minute they're lovey dovey. You guys see it all the time. I personally don't believe that you should be posting your fucking relationship shit. I don't think that, oh, I'm mad at my person today, and then tomorrow we're all in love and doing big things, and then 2 days later, fuck that person. I don't think you should ever do that. I think it's disrespectful to your relationship. I think that there are things that you should not post on social media. And some people use social media as it's dear diary. Dear diary, today I fucking can't stand everybody. And then tomorrow it's, oh, I love everyone. And then the next day it's, I'm so alone and no one's here for me. I just think there's some things you need to, if you need a diary, go buy a fucking diary. If you need a journal, go get a journal. But stop putting everything on social media. Everybody doesn't need to know your fucking bipolar ass moods. Like, no one needs to know that shit. I think it's horrible. I think you got to check yourself. I think if you are going through those emotions, you need to take a step back and ask yourself, why do I need to post this shit? Why do I need to tell people what I got going on today? Um, I just think that it's one of those things you got to just say to yourself again, what's your intentions behind your post? And if your intentions are all you want is attention, then that's the wrong way to do it. That's the wrong way to do it. You're going to get attention. It's not going to be the attention that you want, though. So, also, I'm not saying to go out and start telling people how to be with their social media, because people get very pissed off when you tell them what they should or shouldn't be doing, right? um I just think that if people are doing, don't engage or delete them. Like, that's all I can say. Don't engage or delete them and just be done with it, because the social media is the social media, right? And they're going to do what they do. But if you know those people, there's every day there's something else. Those people, unfortunately, they are. I don't engage. I know the people that are on social media that just post shit for attention, and I don't engage. I don't like it. I don't say shit on there. I scroll past it. I don't do shit with that. I think if you truly need to get your opinion, get a therapist, get a psychiatrist. But posting it on social media is not going to it's not going to change anything. It's not a solution. You're just creating more negative energy. So, not to you guys per se, but even like engaging with someone who's posting that, that's the same thing. You're engaging with their negative energy. So just kind of remember that, okay?